Hi, welcome to Being Mindful. I'm Susan, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor who really loves sharing mindfulness meditation with as many people as I can. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I hope that you will consider doing that so that you can benefit from future meditations as well as this one. What we're doing today is allowing ourselves to look beyond the negatives in our lives, the difficulties, the hard things. We're not making those things go away. We're not fighting against them. We're not battling them. What we're doing is allowing room for the difficulty and the hard things and the other things that are in our lives that we do appreciate, that do bring joy. So let's look at this broadening of focus together. Great. So in today's meditation, we're going to widen our focus. When we are faced with difficulty, we have a tendency to put on blinders and to intently focus on solving a problem in our lives. And sometimes when we do that, when we zoom in on a particular difficulty in our lives, we miss out on the good things, the neutral things, the amazing things that are happening at the same time, right in front of us. So let's do a meditation that allows us to broaden our focus and see it all. I'll invite you to wiggle and move, stretch, whatever would feel good as we begin to settle into a meditation posture. If your eyes would like to close, that is fine, but it's great to have them open too. But for the moment, we're doing what we can to sort of come inside. We're not blocking out the world. We're not blocking out thoughts or feelings or emotions. We're just allowing those to fade into the background so that we can come into ourselves in a way that is attentive and relaxed. As you begin to settle into a position of meditation, you might notice areas of the body that tend to be in tension. Noticing aspects of the head, the jaw, the shoulders, the abdomen. And not forcing yourself to relax, but noticing any tension that's being held and inviting, making room for the possibility of allowing the jaw to drop, of allowing the shoulders to come to rest, of letting go in the muscles, the abdomen, and any other areas that feel tight. And from this place of openness, we can begin to explore what is occupying our thoughts and attentions in these days. In some ways, our brains are wired to protect us against danger. And so there's a bit of a negative bias in our attention. It's not a problem. It's meant to be protective. But it's not always helpful these days. And the thing about a bias is that you can't do anything about it if you don't notice it and are aware of it. And once you spend a little bit of time noticing what you're paying attention to, what you're fixated on, you then have the power to decide whether that's where you want to place your focus in any given moment. And of course, with mindfulness, we are intentionally focusing on the present moment without judgment. And the present moment carries a lot within it. Through our mindfulness practice, we can learn how to pay attention to one small aspect of something that's happening in the present moment, or to take in more information. So sometimes with sound, we'll focus on a specific sound, like a plane flying overhead or a bird chirping. Or we can choose to allow all the sound to come at the same time. Likewise, when we focus on a body scan, we can focus on some particular aspect of what we feel in the body, some one little body part, or we can take in the body as a whole. So when our present is surrounding us, in the same way, we can choose to focus on something that's happening that we're not particularly excited about, that's happening right in front of us, or we can broaden our focus to see beyond, around, and through that one difficult aspect. And of course, the mind takes us back and forward into the future. And when we consider what has already happened, there can be a negative bias there as well. We may have a tendency to hone in on some particular aspect and try to make sense of it, try to learn from it so that it will never happen again. But there's more to the past than that one aspect. And if we can broaden our focus there, to see the whole picture. Maybe we make ourselves a little less miserable, and we give ourselves credit for what we did do well. Or we begin to notice and remember a warm smile that we received in the midst of that difficult moment. We allow our minds to wander through lots of memories, happy and sad. We can feel the richness of our memories by allowing a broader set to come into our awareness. Likewise, if we focus on our future, our protective minds may be fixated on possible danger or an unknown future. We can invite our minds to consider lots of possibilities. We can even use the power of visioning to imagine ourselves in a preferred future. Which then serves as this beacon that we can walk toward. And even more broadly, when we consider our lives and these times as a whole, there are difficulties. Every human being is facing some level of difficulty in these moments. Some have more than others. But every being has the capability to look beyond their circumstances, to allow the circumstances to be there, but not be consumed by them, to not have that be the only thing they see, to seek out sources of light and joy and gratitude, to recognize what is right in front of us that we might miss if we're too focused on what's wrong, or so the mind says. So I'll invite you to once again come back into a present moment awareness of the body. The ground beneath your body. And if your eyes have been closed, I'll invite you to open them and begin to take in the environment around you and prepare for a brief moment to reflect on the practice. Now we come to that time where we get to reflect on what we noticed in that meditation, how we're feeling now that it's over. And so I hope that you will take a moment to share a comment about how that meditation was for you, anything that was evoked through it for you, what images you noticed, what emotions may have arisen. I hope that you'll visit the comments to see what others have to say and share your own reflections. If you're not already subscribed, I hope that you'll take a moment to do that. A thumbs up is a great compliment. And at the end here, I will be sure to leave you a potential video for you to watch next and a playlist. Thanks so much and have a great day.